Hi everyone. Okay, today we're going to be describing my school. I'm going to be writing about my place, my school. So I'm going to brainstorm some ideas. At this point, I'm going to read to you, and all you need to do is listen and visualize. So think about what I'm reading and see if you can picture it. Okay, my school. My school has a big car park and is surrounded by trees. It is on a quiet street, but there's a big, busy road nearby. The building is very big and it has 3 different levels. There's a playground area out the front for the younger students and another playground area out the back for the older students. The playgrounds have some play equipment. My school has a canteen where I buy my lunch. There are about 2,000 students from kindergarten to year 12 learning in all of the rooms. The young kids jump and climb the play equipment and the high school kids play basketball or sit down and talk to their friends. I'm working in the distance education section, so I'm in a room with just a computer and a desk, so it is quiet. This means I can talk to teachers and students over video or on the computer. So remember how we were using adjectives before to describe our house? Well, now we're going to use these describing words to bring our descriptions to life. Remember, we looked at some fabulous adjectives. Let's have another look at one. Someone looks drab. That means they might look a bit sort of boring and not very fabulous, or they might look dazzling, so they might look very fine. They might have a positive behaviour that I might describe a character. I might say, oh, look at this lively character, and that means they might be very energetic. I might have a negative one. I might say, oh, that was such a thoughtless little frog in the story. Or I might talk about the size of something and say, oh, it was a petite, which means tiny, a petite little butterfly. And remember how we talked about the list of adjectives, where you could talk about the colour, you could talk about the feelings, you could talk about the shapes, you could even talk about a time adjective. You could say the person lived in an old-fashioned house. And now we're going to see if we can apply that to my writing about the school. So try to draw my school by reading the description. I'll read the description to you. So there's some adjectives missing which will make it hard to draw. So you've got to guess what my school looks like. I'm not telling you exactly because I'm not describing it with all of the adjectives, but you can see in red that's where those describing words would go. So my school has a big car park. I'm not telling you what kind of car park, just a big car park. And it's surrounded by trees. What type of trees might it be surrounded by? It is on a quiet street, but there is a big busy road nearby. So how do you think your drawing would be so far? Do you think you might be able to guess? The building is very big and it has 3 different levels. There is a playground area out the front for the younger students and another playground area out the back for the older students. The playgrounds have some play equipment. So have a go now. You might want to pause and just see if you could think about what I've just said and draw what my school looks like. And when you're ready, press play again and we'll keep going. Okay, I wonder what you drew for your drawing. Did you get it correct? Here we go. My school has a big, now am I going to choose concrete or grey? I'm going to choose concrete car park. Did you draw a big concrete car park? And it's surrounded by, now shall I choose tall or towering? I'm going to choose towering. I think that's more interesting. And is surrounded by towering trees. It is it's not on a long quiet street, it's on a small quiet street. It's on a small quiet street, but there's a big busy road nearby. The building is very big and it has 3 different levels. There is now let's have a look. A hilly playground area out the front. I could have actually maybe I'll choose a grassy play area out the front. Grassy playground area out the front for younger students, and another playground area out the back for the older students. The playgrounds have some, what type of play equipment? Climbing play equipment. So is that what you drew for yours? I wonder if you got it right. So adjectives give you more of a visual, so it makes it easier for you to imagine. Okay, let's brainstorm your ideas now about your school. So this is what you could draw. You're going to get a chance to move across some of those words, and you might choose to have some sunny, grassy hills because you can add text in yourself. You might choose a blue climbing frame and draw that here. Is there a narrow path up to your school, or is there any path at all? Is your school very tall? You might want to label it there. I've got a dark shed over here and a hard concrete handball court. I'm not sure if you all play handball. And then some minuscule flowers out the front, and I didn't label the fence yet, but here are some adjectives we could use to describe all of those things when we're labeling our map of the school. So it's your turn now. And you can brainstorm your ideas using some adjectives, thinking about how you're going to describe your school. Draw everything that you can think of, and then you can move these across. Or if you're just doing it on paper, you can write them. You can add some text down at the bottom of the screen. And there's the crayon with the different colours and the text where you can add the text. So I look forward to seeing what your school's like. Bye.